Hello, today what I'm going to do is make a shark tooth scalpel. These here are very sharp and they were used by many people throughout the years. I brought out some spruce pitch glue that I made a while back. This here is some sinew from a deer and some rocks that I found. I chipped off and just made some shards that I can use for the tools I'll need for the scalpel. Now this here is a dead branch and I'm going to use that for my scalpel. It is still strong, but it doesn't have to be super strong because you're only going to be using a scalpel for cutting. Now they've used these for gutting fish, for many, I've even heard carving. And does it carve? Well, let's find out. First off, it's very hard to hang on to, but yeah, it will carve. So first thing I'm going to do is find out which side I want to put this on. And I think I'm going to go with the smaller end. So I'm going to square this up using this one here. I'll cut it down and then I'll grind it with the other stone. I don't want to break that off because then I'm going to have basically a hole, so I want to just cut it. There we go. That looks pretty decent. Now what I have to do is make a groove for this to set into. So that's what I have these stones for, is I can lay it down like this and just kind of start with my groove. These are basically cutting, but they're grinding as well. So I think I'm going to go this way with it. So I'll kind of prop this up and just start grinding in my groove. This is going to take a while, of course, but I am getting a groove in there. So right now, if you look, I'm starting to get a groove in there that can be set in. Got to do more, but once that fits in there nicely, then I'm able to glue it. So I've actually switched to this stone. That widened it out a little bit more, but use any kind of gritty stone you can find and you break it to the size that you need to grind. Also, what I want to do is just dull the areas right where the sinew is going to go. So what I'm going to do there is take my stone and just kind of go like this, just to dull those edges so it doesn't cut the sinew. That's pretty good. Now this one here as well. That's good as well. So that's all ready. Now I just have to do this groove more and we're ready to fasten it in there with the spruce pitch glue. being careful here that I don't slip so I don't get cut. What I'm doing here is just kind of making serrations and roughening this up so the glue will stick better. If it's poly surface, the glue isn't going to stick as well. Check that out so far. Fits in there pretty decent. I think I'm going to go a little bit more, but not much. I want to heat up that wood a little bit as well. And heat this up. I don't need a big fire. Just enough to get this softened up. I don't want to char and smoke my wood here. Oh yeah. She's starting to drip. So it's good there. Now I can put my tooth in, position it where I want, and put a little bit more around it. Now I'm just gonna kind of just put some more around it just to secure it. And the good thing is I can mold this after it softens up some. But I'm going to put it right over top of those parts there that's sticking out. That way there, the glue's going to help hold it. So I've got that on there now. I can just heat that up and mold it. Wet my fingers some. But as you see, you can mold it around. I'll heat it back up again. Woo! She gets warm. Make sure that I have corners here for wrapping it. Just like that. Gonna let that harden up, then we'll wrap it. So there it is. Started to smoke the end, but she's still very sharp. Now this here is already hardened, and that there secures it. Now what the sinew is going to do is just stop it from splitting out and such. I can wrap up through here, wrap over the top just so it can help stop it from slipping out as well. But I'm just going to take some of this like this here, and let's see how this scalpel works. We're going to cut this sinew. There you go. I'm going to soak this sinew in the water for a little bit, and once it softens up, it'll be ready to go because it will stretch and such, and then when it dries out, it will shrink onto it. So just going to leave that in the water for a little bit until it softens up. So how I'm going to start this is I'm going to take and make a loop and put that loop up along the side of my handle. That's going to give me a area where I can secure my lashing at the end. So I've got that on there like that, and I've got the groove around. I'm going to go over top and start wrapping. I'm going to go through that groove. So I've got that, and now I can start wrapping up. Going to go up and over this first part right here, come down, And I'm just gonna wrap around here, go back over, and just start going around. I probably need more sinew because I didn't have a whole lot, but now what I do is I stick this in this loop and then I can pull down, and that's going to tighten everything up because it locks it right in under here. So I've got that locked in now right there, but I'm going to put a little bit more sinew on this to finish it up. I can also put some more resin pitch right over top of that. But you can see how that is thus far. I'm going to put a little bit more and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. So there it is. I've got this tag end here, and I'm just going to use this rock and cut off that tag end. There we go. And there it is, finished. That's the scalpel. Now, I can also square up this end and so on. But that there is a sharp tooth scalpel. Very sharp and a very useful tool for many people throughout many years. So I want to thank you for watching first off, but I want to thank Creek Stewart of the Apoca Box for sending us this kit. This here's the sharp tooth scalpel kit that they sent. They sent a piece of wood here. They sent some hot melt resin and some thread that I could have used and made my scalpel as well. But I wanted to show how they would have done it authentically, and it was a really cool project. So the Apoca Box, that's what I love about it, is they have these really cool projects, and I don't find shark teeth on my beaches, so very happy with this. I want to thank you for watching, like I mentioned, and take care. Everyone stay safe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.